So I play Farhad Khan, who's an asylum seeker from Afghanistan, and we meet Farhad in a fictional Scottish island where he's waiting to find out whether his asylum application is going to be accepted. His story runs alongside the main character, which is Omar, played by the wonderful Amir El-Masry. And so Farhad befriends Omar, and he chooses that this guy is going to be his friend, and I'm going to stick around you, and I've chosen you to be the guy that's going to be, you know, my best mate on this journey. And you know, they have their moments where they bicker and fight, and there's a really sweet relationship that develops throughout the film between the two of them. Farhad is a huge fan of Freddie Mercury. He's a very important person in Farhad's life. He's kind of been his solace in times of darkness for him, and he's gotten him through because he sees Freddie Mercury as his hero. You know, the idol. In many ways, he feels like, although Farhad's never going to be the rock. I mean, nobody's going to be the rock star like Freddie. Let's be honest. But what we know about Freddie Mercury and what he goes through is, I guess, Farhad relates a lot to that. Farhad's he's very innocent and childlike, but you know, he's a grown man. Farhad kind of, in his innocent sort of way, he just says what he thinks. In a sense, he has no filter, and he doesn't always observe social cues. So that starts to really get on Omar's nerves. But I think that there's a kind of a charm about Farhad too. So I think Omar can't help but feel drawn to him, and one way or another, maybe he wins him over, maybe he doesn't. We spent a week in Edinburgh, myself, Amir, and Ben Sherratt, our director. And we were just trying different things, and then one of the things Ben asked me to do was just to kind of hold my hands about here. And as soon as I did that, there was, you know, the feeling of having a blankie or like a cushion. You just like, just makes you feel safe, and that's something that's very important to him, is to feel safe. And also Farhad has a nice little cute belly too, so somewhere to rest his hands. It's a practical thing. Forget everything I've just said before. It's actually just a practical thing. He likes to put his hands there. It's nice to rest. I guess we're observing what it's like to be waiting, to be in limbo and what it's like for so many asylum seekers and refugees who are in this situation right now. That hope that you have when you first arrive, I think, starts to diminish, and it's hard to hold on to that. And then you're left in a kind of state of numbness. And what we see in the film are these various refugees who have made a home, or trying to make a home on this island, and just see what a day in the life of somebody who's in limbo is like. For me, the film is really about hope and finding you can find family and people who care about you in the darkest of situations. In the most oblique times, you'd be surprised who actually pulls through for you. And to me, that's what this film's about. Filming in Uist, I mean, I'd go as far as to say maybe there were like 5 seasons in one day, you know? You've got sunshine and clouds and wind and then rain and then sleet and then back to sunshine. It was kind of really mad, yeah, quite crazy in that sort of way. The weather would change just on a sixpence, and we might have to stop doing that scene and quickly jump to another scene and get that one because it's similar to something that we might have done before and we need to pick that up. Just Uist in itself, you just have to go there. It's got such a charm, and everyone there is so friendly. You know, if it's raining and you're walking down the road, somebody's likely to stop and just give you a lift and ask you where you're going, and you tell them where you need to go, and they'll know the person who lives there. Ben's an incredibly amazing director and leader, and has such a very specific vision, and you feel very safe in Ben's hands, which I guess for an actor is one of the most important things, that you want to be able to take risks, especially with a character like Farhad. He's quite an obscure fella. And so, but you want to pitch that just right, otherwise it might not read so well. And you could always rely on Ben to be there to push it if it needs to go one way, or maybe just bring it back a little bit. You know, he's a great energy to be around when it might seem like we're up against it or there's bad weather or whatever. He never makes you feel like he's worried or he's stressed out, which I think is a mark of a great leader. I suppose one of the things that people could take away from this is that, oh God, I sound so pretentious saying this stuff, but we're all the same. And that's what it is that, you know, people come from various different parts of the world, and they're looking for safety, and actually when you break it down, we all have similar interests. We want to make something of ourselves. We like to laugh and eat and have friendship and love and relationships and people around us who care for us. And that's what these people are really looking for, and so maybe I guess what you take away from this film is that that's something that we can offer, is welcome these people with our arms open.